Hello everyone, I'm Michael, and you're watching Book Club Preview. And today we're looking at The Lost Hero, Chapter 22, continuing Piper's story. Now, Piper had a dream, and when she wakes up from the dream, she's falling through the sky. Something happened with Festus, and Jason's falling, Piper's falling, and Leo are all falling. And Piper is, of course, really freaked out about this, but Jason catches her and she feels safe, and then Jason goes and flies and catches Leo. Now, holding Leo and Piper and his own body is too much weight for Jason. Festus is falling out of the sky and Jason's holding onto his friends, and he can't quite control his flying, and so they just kind of keep falling and falling until finally Jason, I can't do it, and they just fall down into a factory. Now, when they fall into the factory, Piper tries to land on her legs, and when she lands on her legs, her feet they kind of go, they don't hold her weight, and she rolls over and she gets hurt, and she feels this really intense pain. When she looks down at her foot, her toes are facing the wrong direction, and she's right. She starts to feel sick just looking at it. Jason and Leo look at the wound. They give Piper some special cake to heal her, and then Jason, he fixes her toes. And when this happens, Piper's in so much pain that she punches Leo in the arm. And so Piper goes, ah! And Leo goes, ah! And so they both kind of scream at the same time. But they get her foot fixed. Well, they get it set, and then they put a brace on it, some wood, and they put some duct tape on it so it doesn't get hurt. Now they're in the factory. They look around and they see it's like an old abandoned car factory. And they're trying to think about their next plan. They're still not in Chicago. What do they need to do? And Jason and Leo and Piper decide that they need to go find Festus, and maybe they can fix him. So Leo decides to go look for Festus. So Leo leaves, and then it's just Piper and Jason. And Piper, she's just tired of pretending, if you remember the dream. And so she's trying to tell Leo and Jason this truth, that in Claudius, the Giant King, has her father, and that he wants her to betray them. But she can't get out the words. And she tries to say something, but she just can't explain it. Leo leaves, and so it's just Jason and Piper, and they start talking and chatting a little bit, and Piper asks Jason about the picture in his pocket, and Jason's kind of, it's my sister. And then when Piper hears this, she starts to smile, and Jason says, why are you smiling? And we know Piper smiling because she thought that Talia was Jason's old girlfriend, and so she felt a little jealous. But then when she learned that she's his sister, she's like, oh, phew, he doesn't have a girlfriend. But she makes some excuse why she's smiling. Now, while they're there, they hear this sound, and Jason decides that he should go and look for Leo. He doesn't like to leave Piper, but he's afraid that Leo's going to get into trouble or find some bad guys. And so Piper and Jason decide that Jason should go, but quickly. And so Jason leaves. While Piper is by herself, she hears the sound. And then she feels something is wrong. And so she grabs the cake that made her feel a little better, and she eats the whole thing. And the other students warned her that if you eat too much of this, then it might burn you up. It might burn your body like fire. But she feels like she's in danger and she can't run, so she eats the whole thing. and suddenly she feels no pain and her foot feels better, but her body feels really, really, really hot. Finally, the sting gets closer and closer, and Piper says, "Jason?" And then the voice says, "Yes, it's me, Jason." And it sounds just like Jason. But something feels wrong. And the sound gets louder and louder. And then she sees one eye. And it's a Cyclops. And the Cyclops says, "Don't worry. You're just in time for dinner." And of course, the Cyclops probably wants to eat Piper. And that is how the chapter ends. Some vocabulary words you might want to consider. The first one, zigzag. Zigzag means to not go in a straight line. And we can see this example. Ding, 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 ding. This line is zigzagging. Sometimes when you run away from someone, you need to zigzag when you run. Don't go in a straight line. Set your blank, in this case, means that when something is broken, you need to put it back in the right spot. I guess that's not broken, but it can happen with broken bones too. Maybe your arm breaks and your arm won't heal like this, so you have to set the arm in the correct way. And so Jason sets all of Piper's toes so that way they are in the right spot, because they bent out. And the last one is canteen. Canteen is like a bottle that you put water in. If you think of like a soldier, it's usually kind of flat, maybe round. We think of this as a canteen. But it could be really anything that you carry water in for a long period of time. A discussion question I have for you is, if you were Jason, would you have left Piper? Or would you have stayed with her and let Leo find Festus by himself? Whew, that's a tough question. But what would you do? Was Jason foolish for leaving Piper? Or was he wise, and did he need to leave her? I don't know. What do you think? And the last question, of course, is please make your own discussion question. We really want to hear what questions you have and what you thought. So please, in the comments, write your questions. That way other students can read it and they can prepare their answers also. Because when we meet together, we're going to talk about all these discussion questions and see what we each think about the story. Well, thank you so much for joining me again for Book Club Preview. I'm Michael, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Hey, if you have any questions about the video today, please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. If you had any other vocabulary words that you wanted to know what they meant, let me know. And also, if you're interested in maybe joining one of these book clubs, please leave a comment and I'll get back to you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.